Pride is the cause of downfall. Once upon a time, there was a prosperous kingdom called Vijayanagar, near a hilly valley. King Dharmapala was the powerful ruler of that kingdom. After winning many wars and acquiring wealth, the king was filled with great pride. He considered himself the best ruler in the world. Stay tuned to hear the full story. The king did not consider anyone wiser than himself. When any minister or scholar gave him advice, he would dismiss it with contempt. He would say, "My knowledge is greater than the combined knowledge of everyone in the world." Even though this pride of the king increased discontent among his subjects, no one would open their mouths out of fear. An old minister of Dharmapala was calm. He was wise and humble. He repeatedly requested the king to give up pride. Once he said, "Your Majesty, humility will make your valor shine even brighter." But the king replied with a smile, "Humility is the weapon of the weak. The victor does not bow his head." Minister Shantishil then fell silent. Next to Vijayanagar was the small kingdom of Shantipur, whose king was Chandrasena. He was weak but humble and obedient. Dharmapala despised Chandrasena. Once, when Chandrasena sent a gift as a goodwill gesture, Dharmapala insulted the envoy and sent him back. Although Chandrasena was hurt by this insult, he did not lose patience. Then King Dharmapala organized a painting competition in the kingdom. He himself was an artist and aspired to excellence in his heart. On the day of the competition, he showed a huge painting of himself, where he painted himself as steadfast as a mountain. Then a young artist named Vivek brought his painting. The painting showed a Mahiru bowing down in the face of a storm, in whose shadow small saplings were surviving. The painting was a symbol of flexibility. The king became angry after seeing the painting. He shouted, "This is a picture of weakness." Vivek said humbly, "Your Majesty, the one who is flexible survives. If one is upright in pride, then fall is inevitable." The king, blinded by pride, punished Vivek and expelled him from the kingdom. He declared himself the greatest artist that day. Minister Shantishil felt that the king's downfall was imminent. Within a few days, a terrible cyclone began. The surrounding area began to tremble with the force of heavy rain and wind. Dharmapala sat in his strong stone palace and boasted, "No storm can break my palace." Minister Shantishil requested the king to go to a safe shelter, but the king did not want to bow down to nature either. Soon as the king finished his arrogant words, the roof of the palace collapsed with a loud noise. Both the king's pride and his palace began to crumble. The king, while trying to escape, was crushed under a rock. Minister Shantishil rescued him with great difficulty. Meanwhile, King Chandrasena of Shantipur was already cautious. He had built houses made of flexible bamboo and had evacuated the subjects to safer places. So the damage there was very little. After the storm stopped, Chandrasena sent an envoy to help the injured in Vijayanagar. Dharmapala, whom he had always despised, was now forced to seek his help. He felt ashamed and humiliated. Chandrasena's envoy told the king, "Your Majesty, in times of danger, compassion is the real strength, not arrogance." Dharmapala then realized his mistake. He remembered the words of Vivek and Shantishil. No enemy had caused his downfall, but his own arrogance had brought about this disaster. King Dharmapala repented and gave up his arrogance and became humble. He apologized to Chandrasena and established friendship between the two kingdoms. Then King Dharmapala set his mind to rebuilding the kingdom. He understood that strength is not only manifested in arrogance, but also in flexibility and humility. From that day on, everyone in the kingdom realized this tragic truth. Pride is the cause of downfall.
See you with another educational story. Until then, stay well and healthy. Goodbye.